The Waiting Room 2 delves deep into the tapestry of human emotions, cultural pride, traditional wisdom, and divine providence. Set in the African milieu, the narrative unfolds with a vibrancy that is both culturally rich and emotionally resonant. Central to the narrative are the biblical characters of Isaac and Ishmael, sons of Abraham. The juxtaposition of these figures adds a layer of complexity to the story, seamlessly weaving biblical themes into the cultural fabric of the Yoruba setting. Didn't I tell you that? The narrative takes a compelling turn as it explores the relationship between these half-brothers. Against the backdrop of a grand celebration, Isaac's birthday party. Yeah, come on, read the book and see Isaac's birthday party. Be a part of it. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. My name is Adeola. You are welcome to Olabooks TV. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always being here. If you're a new subscriber, you are warmly welcome. So today what I have for you is I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I just want to share with you one of my newest titles. On January 3rd, which is my birthday, January 3rd, 2024, I published 3 books. Yay! I'm so excited because it was a dream come true. It was something I said I was going to do and I was able to do it. So this made me so excited. So this is the book I want to share with you today. It is a series. It is a second in a series. And I would have called it a standalone series if not that it shares the same title with the very first one. I know some of my readers didn't like that I have the same title for both of them, but it's a little bit different anyway. The first book is titled The Waiting Room and the Christmas Present. And as you can see, it did win an award. Yay! I'm excited about that as well. So the second book I'm sharing with you today is The Waiting Room 2 and the Saved Thief. So first, let me share with you the similarities between the 2 books. So the first book, as you have seen, the first book and the second book, they share almost the same title. The Waiting Room 1, the Waiting Room 2, but both of them have 2 stories in them. It is a compilation of 2 stage plays. They are written to be staged, and I love stage plays. I don't know why. I just love writing plays. Okay, it gladdens my heart. So the first one has the story titled The Waiting Room, and the second story in it is The Christmas Present, which is a story written for Christmas. It's a story that could be staged during Christmas time. And the first one is a story that talks about a man in search of greener pasture, and it is also a story that is an allusion to the Bible. So the second book as well, the part where the Waiting Room 2 is also an allusion to the Bible, but it's different. It's different in the sense that the first book is an allusion to the biblical story of Abraham and Isaac. And the second one is something like that as well, is an allusion to the story of Abraham and Ishmael this time around. So you guys, if you want to see what, the difference in the 2 stories, you may just pick it up. You can get this book almost everywhere on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any online bookstore where you shop, you will find the book. And when you get to that website where you shop for your book, just type my name in, Adeola Oyikola. All of my 10 books will pop up and you can pick the one you want to purchase from there. So that is one similarity. That's another similarity in the title and in the story. Also, the second story here says The Saved Thief. So this second story, The Saved Thief, is about Easter. It tells so much about Easter, about resurrection, about, evangelism and things like that. So I've been able to compare both books briefly. So when you read it, you can compare it in your own way. Okay, so one of the things I want to talk to you about today is this, because I know one of my readers said there are so many titles. Why did you pick the same title? Why the waiting room? You could have picked something else. Well, I want you all to know that if you loved reading The Waiting Room 1 and you read it all the way to the end where it says there, where there is a hint that there might be another version of The Waiting Room coming out, you can now see that there is a second version of The Waiting Room 1, and this is The Waiting Room 2, and the stories are really different. Like I said earlier, they could be standalone series, but for the title and also but for the pattern, because they follow the same pattern. And The Waiting Room 1, there are 2 narrators. In The Waiting Room 2, there are also 2 narrators. And also one common theme with both of them is the culture. Oh my goodness, culture. You're gonna find the rich culture, and you find the rich culture of the Yoruba people there. You find the use of language. In fact, there is more of the use of language in there in the second book than in the first book. Okay, so if you love culture so much, that is one book you want to reach out for, because you're going to find proverbs there and the interpretation of the proverbs. You're going to find, how people relate in the culture. You're going to see so many things you wouldn't believe you will see in this book. Have you ever thought of Abraham as a Yoruba man? Read the book. You're going to find out, you're going to see how Abraham would have looked if he was a Yoruba man, or if Hagar was a Yoruba lady, or if Sarah was a Yoruba woman, or if Isaac was one. Another thing is you're going to find out how they celebrated Isaac's birthday. Oh my goodness, you were not there then, right? You read the story in the Bible. Did the Bible tell you how the birthday was celebrated? No, but you're going to find out how Isaac's birthday was celebrated in this book. So another thing you can see is the waiting room is a little bit bigger than, the waiting room 2 and the Safe Thief is a little bit bigger than the waiting room 1 and the Christmas Present. So usually when it comes to stories do not, you usually do not have to measure how well you enjoy a novel by the volume or by the number of words. But with me and with most people who love to read, what you look for when you're reading is, oh, it's a page turner. Oh, I love that story. Oh, I'm able to relate to that story. Those are the things to look for. And those are the things you're going to find in The Waiting Room 2 and The Saved Thief. So I did a little bit of comparison. Like I said, you can do more when you read the book, but I want to encourage you to buy the book and read it. It is so lovely. When I'm reading it myself, I am cracking up laughing, and I'll be like, dear Lord, did you write this yourself? I love it. And this is some of the things these are some of the ways that I review myself. I look at myself, I look at certain things that I do, and I'll be like, okay, if I was not myself, would I love this? And I find out that sincerely my answer is a yes, I would love it if I was not myself. And I look at someone doing what I am doing right now, and I would be like, oh yes, I would like to be like her. So that is making me feel happy, making me feel blessed, making me feel like, okay, gradually, I am fulfilling my dreams and I'm being happy with myself. So, if you are an aspiring writer, an aspiring author, you may want to, let that inspire you and just push yourself out there to do what you really want to do. And I know there are so many people who have written their books halfway. Some have even written like 1 chapter. Some have all the ideas, but they have not put all what they need down. You know what? Be encouraged. I'm going to post more videos of myself writing. Maybe that will help you. And when I post it, you can time yourself with the time there and write. But you know what? I'm talking about The Waiting Room 2 and The Saved Thief. It is a beautiful read. Now, let me go into the blurb on the back. I'm just going to read it for you. The Waiting Room 2 and The Saved Thief. The Waiting Room 2 delves deep into the tapestry of human emotions, cultural pride, traditional wisdom, and divine providence. Set in the African milieu, the narrative unfolds with a vibrancy that is both culturally rich and emotionally resonant. Central to the narrative are the biblical characters of Isaac and Ishmael, sons of Abraham. The juxtaposition of these figures adds a layer of complexity to the story, seamlessly weaving biblical themes into the cultural fabric of the Yoruba setting. Didn't I tell you that? The narrative takes a compelling turn as it explores the relationship between these half-brothers against the backdrop of a grand celebration, Isaac's birthday party. Yeah, come on, read the book and see Isaac's birthday party. Be a part of it. The Saved Thief is a more modern retelling of the saved thief on the cross with Jesus at Calvary. It focuses on a friend's pursuit of saving another. In the story, a boy is led astray. A boy who has always been lost discovers what it means to know Jesus. And a girl learns that while she has no control over her friend's salvation, her father does. So I've read the blurb to you. I hope the blurb encourages you to read the book. It is a beautiful book. I love it myself. So before I go today, let me just share with you briefly the look inside of the book. The Waiting Room is a one-act play, and the play is written to show cultural diversity. You may explore any culture of your choice as directed by the director. So if you choose to act this play on stage and you're not familiar with the Yoruba tradition, or you don't know so much about it, or you don't have people who are Yoruba people who can act, because if you don't have Yoruba people to act this out, it might really not be as apt as it should be. But you can choose a culture of your choice and just adapt the story to it. Okay? Scene 1 opens with a choreographed dance to a Yoruba song. The dancers dance vigorously and flawlessly with excitement and pleasure. As they leave the stage joyfully and the audience claps, the narrators enter trying to imitate the dancers. They appreciate the dances and introduce the audience to the story. Narrator 1: what a beautiful dance. Narrator 2: by beautiful dancers. Narrator 1: how I wish we could showcase our culture every day and everywhere. Narrator 2: I am with you on that. We should be proud of what we have at all times. I mean, our traditional attires, culture, language, ethics, artistry, and more are so wonderful. Narrator 1: do you know what I love so much about our use of language? Narrator 2: òwe àti àṣàyàn ọ̀rọ̀, proverbs and idioms. Narrator 2: Narrator 1: tí etí kò bá gbọ́ yìnkì, inú kì í bàjẹ́. Narrator 2: thoughtfully. Meaning, you will not be sad if you do not hear or listen to unpleasant stories. Wow, I tried though. Adiola, you tried though. You see, bringing out all those proverbs and idioms and still being able to say them right, I don't know. But if you live in the Western world or any other place aside from home, and you are a Yoruba family, a Yoruba person, you want to learn a little more about the language, about idioms, proverbs and idioms, you need this book because there are a few in there. Also, if you are in Nigeria or you're a Yoruba person and you are not teaching your child the culture, oh my goodness, when you get over here, when you get to the US, you will know you are not doing the right thing for those children. And it's not only Yoruba, all of our languages. I want to encourage you, if you are out there, you are a parent, please encourage your child to speak your language. Encourage your child to know the culture. When they leave the atmosphere, the area, the country, your home, where they're supposed to have learned all of these things. But when you get to the other place you're going to, that is when you will realize that you should have done better by teaching your child your language, your culture. That's when you will know that you could have done better. Please, I'm begging you, teach them, let them understand the culture where they are from. We have a very rich and beautiful culture that other people want to learn from. But if you don't know it, how will you teach them? All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope you like The Waiting Room 2 and The Saved Thief, and you will love to read the book. I have all the links in the description below, and I also want you to leave me a comment. Please tell me what you think about this video. Tell me what you think about the book. Tell me if you have read it, what are your reviews. And until next time, when I come your way again, I want to say have a lovely, lovely, lovely day. Bye.